Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to America Razio. I am your host, Shinichio Hashi. And oh, well, by the way, thank you for the feedback that some of you sent me. And I do not know why they disappeared, but I do appreciate it. And it, it just helps me keep going. And this is going to my second show that I'm doing. But yes, from the last time, we've been talking about heavy subject. I mean, for some of you guys, it is unfortunately everyday thing that you struggle with. But I would say all I can do is to send out a message of love, hope, and encouragement to pursue your quest for truth, justice, and awareness. But I, I be honest, I can do what I can do is what I've known from my experience, and I would like to share as much as I can to to help anyone who listens. And I'm one of those guys who have grown faith in God. I mean, it was my choice to better cope with my situation. And I know that some people, would like to just discuss and share information and knowledge about technology and which I've gone into it like when this thing started happening back in long time ago, uh, 1998 to be exact. And yes, I was after knowledge, about what's happening, what's being used. And yeah, and well, but m- as far as my understanding goes, now they are into different ball game, so to speak, with new technologies. And I mean, it seems like it's getting more sinister than anything. Like, you know, mind control victim like Kathy O'Brien, she shares about her experience, and like she says, her daughter is going through much more, than all that she's gone through, because of the improvement on the technology on their side. And I mean, it just it's just so mind-boggling. I mean, it's like all that I've gone through was just enough. And I mean, now they are trying to what, test out. I mean, all that. I mean, it's a horrible thing. I mean, it's just who would really experiment on human beings, for sophistication, or to better improve, or to collect the data. You know, I mean, that's something I just read, on Twitter. That they're I don't know if it was a speculation or a fact, but they are collecting data, from human beings, with their experiment. You know, this is just unconscionable, and this is nothing that should keep going. And this yeah, but then at the same time, what they gonna lose? I mean, they are, I mean, fanaticals, or they I just lose word, but some elite class of people. Yes, as far as here, as far as I read or did my research, it seems like some of those people on leading class uh, think of humanity as lesser of a existence, like compared to what they are. And well, I would say, and they call themselves gods and goddesses. Well, I would not, I wouldn't think that anyone who would think of themselves as being more elevated than the rest of us don't really seem like in worship of the real God. You know, I am one of those, in order to cope with, you know, the situation, involving, that gang stalking and mind reading technology and all those things. I'm one of those who've grown faithful in God. And like I was saying the last time, yes, it takes time to grow faith. I mean, it just doesn't happen overnight. But the stronger your faith grows, the better you're convinced that there's something greater than us that is in control of those gods and goddesses. But the thing is, well, I just share my, my conviction. But the God that is real, benevolent, and has all the might and power, do not force anything to anyone. His absolute benevolence is something we are amazed about. Even all evildoers are forgiven. Well, it might be difficult for some of you to understand the idea, but God, who's in so powerful and almighty, do not judge anyone or anything, but benevolence is his name. That's why even those gods and goddesses who do nothing but evil actually do have origin in God, that God forgive them. But who's more powerful? Who believes in benevolence? And our conscience is a gift from God. And to become as mighty and powerful as Him, then we gain our faith in benevolence. But the more you become faithful, then the better you take control of your own life. As long as you compete with them with negativity, then we are subjected to their rulership. So it takes time to grow faith. But then what once that happens, then you're in control of your own life. So no matter the circumstance, don't forget to put smile on your face and try to laugh and do things to keep you positive. I know I know that the moment comes where you cannot help but feeling negative about all that's happening, because I know that, because I've gone through it. I was cynical, bitter, and couldn't trust anyone. But then I gave up on it. Why wouldn't that happen to you? Bad things do not last forever. Yeah. And the thing is, negativity perpetuates, and you are the one to break the cycle and live this moment and take control over your reaction. That's how you make difference in your life. And see, some people, actually, I read that some people really could get out and really rescued themselves out of it. And all they, you know, everybody says that keep yourself positive. And I'm trying to, I mean, to help with that end. But I can, all I can do is to share, my brand of helping hand, or there's a limitation to it, to what I can do, but at least I can share my knowledge and all I've become aware, or you know you might say wisdom, but it is a wisdom that doesn't really apply to anyone, or to, it's because everybody has different situation, their personal situation is different. So, but I was always thinking that I just couldn't leave it all behind yet. I still have to, reach out to other people who are struggling with their situation. But be assured that there are people who are trying to help you, who are trying to help you get out with their capacity, with what they can. So, hope is an important thing. And in some sense, we are all trying to be rescued by something. Some people are really struggling with COVID, but it's not the COVID itself, but the information about it or fear of it. And it is as deadly as virus itself. It's just how people take what's coming from the outside. And well, it is a serious thing, or otherwise, no person, nobody would, commit suicide because of the because of fear of COVID. I mean, it's as serious as, this. Target the individual situation. But be assured, we we always have people to help others. And I know I've grown skeptical, and distrustful toward the people around me. And but then it's a sad thing. Then you just don't have any mean to reach out to others, you know? I mean, yeah, I understand. Like, I understand about the situation where the people you thought you could trust turned against you, you know? That kind of thing. It is hard. Once something like that happens to you, then it becomes difficult to trust other people. But then, well, but then nowadays, you just don't know whether it was caused by humans or computer. I mean, it's kind of crazy thing, but it sometimes like there was a time when strangers tried to convince me that the whole thing was orchestrated by the AI. So the commanding center was run by AI, sending out orders to people. So it's not like there were certain human beings to try to make you feel that you're betrayed, but it was all done by a computer. So so now it's like Google. It is collecting information, from all devices you have, from your smartphones, and it gives you suggestions. And say, you are doing some research on uh, fishing equipment, and it just start, the next moment you see on your smartphone is about fishing equipment. But that type of work has been done by computer. It's not like you have, the human beings looking at your cell phone on the other side and giving you all the suggestions and stuff. It's all being done automatically. So it's a different era. We are living in, new age of communication. So, and sure, back in time, there was no way for me to think that, the thing like artificial intelligence can replace the work of human beings. So surely we are in a new situation, and there is a hope and a danger to all kinds of technological innovations. So, well, time's up, and I would like to continue on. If you guys would listen, or if there's any way, my messages help you in, in a way that I would intend, and then I would like you to tune in, and let's keep this conversation going. So, well, thanks for listening, and hope to see you again. Thank you. This is January 24th edition of America Razio. I'm your host, Shinichi Ohashi. Sign off.